Good morning, everybody. I am here at Central Lutheran Church. It's been 5 days since my hysteroscopy and DNC, the surgery. Um, Still, the jury's still out on the results. But anyway, in the meantime, I have stopped by. I'm coming by to check in on my people, say what's up, and all of that. But before I left my house this morning, I was watching a YouTube video. I do this with my morning coffee. I watch these YouTube videos about deeper insights into the Bible. And I'm going to put the link in the description so you could watch the video too and be blessed. But anyway, it was about John chapter 12, where Mary anoints Jesus. This happened after Jesus raised Lazarus from the dead. And so, and as we know, she breaks the alabaster jar of perfume and pours it over Jesus. And the men in the room, the disciples, mainly Judas, objected because this was too extravagant. This was wasteful. But Jesus defends her and says, Jesus defends her and says, what she's doing is she's preparing for my burial. And she's preparing for my burial. And so toward the end of the video, it shows that Mary, while Martha was scurrying around trying to be the hostess with the mostess, and the disciples were debating about who was the greatest, and Judas was objecting to this extravagance, Mary was the one who sat at Jesus' feet. She was near to him. And because she was near to him, she was able to see him for who he really is. And so Jesus defended her and said, leave her alone. She's preparing for my burial. She's the only one here that knows what's about to happen. So leave her alone. And but I wanted to zero in on the video toward the end, where it says, because Mary was near to Jesus, she was able to see him. That really spoke volumes to me, because you could be close to someone in physical proximity, but you could still miss them. We see this with the children of Israel when they were in the wilderness, going from Egypt to the promised land. They saw all the miracles. They heard God speak the commandments. They saw his presence either by cloud in the cloud by day or the fire by night. They saw they saw God part the Red Sea. They saw all these miracles, but they missed God. They still missed God. They made the golden calf when Moses was up on the mountain getting the 10 Commandments from God. They were down below. They were complaining that Moses was taking too long. He left them and all that. So they built their own God. They built their own golden calves. You can see that in Exodus chapter 32. But anyway, so and then we see this again in Nazareth. Jesus grew up before the people of Nazareth. His family lived in the town. He was the stone cutter. He was the craftsman. He was the local contractor. He and his family lived in very humble circumstances. He was the breadwinner, as human as they come. Yet when he decided to go into his ministry, they totally missed it. So physical proximity doesn't guarantee intimacy. It doesn't guarantee that you know the person. Being near to them, wanting to know them, showing up for them, seeing them for who they really are, accepting them for who they are, instead of what you think they should be. That's how you develop intimacy. Another way that God was speaking to me was through I was born totally blind with cataracts. I'm severely visually impaired as a result. I went through several surgeries for the first 2 years of my life, and I've often wondered, why is my life so hard? Why am I living in constant tension between sight and sound? Why do I not, why am I misunderstood? Uh, why do I experience two-ness? Meaning that I'm too blind to be sighted, but I'm too sighted to be blind and receive a lot of the benefits that the blind and the visually impaired people enjoy. So I grew up, I lived my life living between two worlds, living in constant tension, and it's very lonely, it's very painful. But now I realize Jesus and the Holy Spirit were speaking to me, and they were saying, because he said, I'm your eyes. And I want you, all you have to do is be near me so you can see. You don't need your physical eyes. I am your eyes, and everything else will follow. I mean, the Holy Spirit really spoke that so loud and clear to me in my spirit. And so my prayer for you to pray with me about is that this truth goes deep into the spirit, to my spirit and my mind, for God to protect this truth as it takes root against the enemy. And so those are my thoughts today. Like and subscribe like this video, subscribe to my channel, and follow me for more content. Talk to you later.